Hi friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am Matilda and in this channel we do things ourselves. Today I'm going to show you how I achieved this look with crochet hair, especially as a beginner. This is the hair I used and you can use any crochet hair of your choice. So I'm going to be working on stretched hair. The first thing I did was put a line from ear to ear and then applied some hair grease on my scalp because this works better for me. After I was satisfied with the line from ear to ear, I went ahead and secured the hair at the back properly so that it doesn't interfere with the front. Next, I put a middle line and I secured one portion of the hair while I work on the other portion. I separated each portion again into two and then I was just checking to make sure that the sizes are close to each other. It looked decent. I secured one side and then separated the other side into two. For each of those sections, I'm going to create 2 braids per section. I secured the hair for the 2 braids at the back so that it doesn't interfere, and I'm going to start braiding this one. I apply some leave-in conditioner just to moisturize the hair and then I start braiding. I braid the first 2 braids at the front and then I crossed each of those braids to the opposite direction, attaching it to the other braid in the back. So I basically just took that braid at the front, added it to the hair that I want to braid at the back and divided the hair into 3 sections, making sure that that braid is part of one of the sections and then I braid. While braiding, I make sure that I do not put a lot of tension, especially pulling the one at the front too much so that we do not break our hair off. So after braiding it onto the end, I separated the other portion of this side into 2 again. And this time I put 3 braids on each line and we are basically going to do the same thing we did in the first. That is, after braiding the first 2, I crossed them to each of the braids following at the back. The only difference here is that we have 3 braids on each line, so we are going to cross 2 times instead of 1 like we did before. So here's how they were looking. So while braiding, a honeybee almost attacked me, so I was just running for my life. So here's how they're looking. I'm going to do the same thing on that side. I'm not going to record it just to save time. Now I'm done with both sides. I'm going to unravel the hair on the back so we can work on it. So I put it down and it was looking like it was another style. So now I'm going to put a line to start braiding very loosely so that I can crochet the hair to the back. So I'm braiding. Anybody can do this. If you know how to do single strand braids, you just braid and you pick more hair and add under. I do not have very strong braiding skills, but I'm able to just do something very loose. It doesn't have to be neat because it's going to be covered anyways with the crochet hair. After braiding the first line to the end, I put a second line and then I'm going to braid that first line a bit more so that it doesn't pull while I'm attaching it to the second line of braid. So I do the same thing. I just add the braid to the hair and I continue braiding. I just keep adding lines as I go up and then after I add the line, I braid the previous hair to some extent so that it doesn't pull and then add it to the next line and continue braiding. So as we go to the top, we realize that the lines are going to be close to where we allowed those braids. So as we are braiding, just as we did before where we inserted the braid into the hair and braided it, that's the same thing we are going to be doing. Just insert the hair into the braid and continue braiding as normal. So as you can see, my braids are not very neat anyways at the back, but we are going to cover it with the crochet hair. So if you're doing this, do not be bothered about how the braids look. That's why any beginner can do it because it doesn't have to be neat. Besides, it's recommended that when you're doing braids for crochet, it should be very loose so that there's space for you to crochet the hair and you do not put strain on your hair and scalp. Now we have this long hair sticking out. We're going to crochet that hair into the previous braids at the back. So that's what I was just doing here. I was using the crochet to pull in that hair to hide it inside the braids at the back. I also discovered some hair that I didn't include in the braid while braiding before, so I'm just going to completely braid that and crochet that into the hair to hide it as well. So this is how it now looks at the back and we are ready to start crocheting the hair. So since I do not know how far my hair will take me, it's very important that I start putting the hair from the perimeters. Remember that line we put from ear to ear? That's where our hair is going to start from. So I'm going to separate the hair so that it's easy to hook, cross and pull. I opened the needle, inserted into my hair, hooked the attachment to it, pulled it, and then passed both ends through the hole and tied it by pulling all the hair out. So it was just a long process of inserting, hooking and pulling and making sure that I'm working on the perimeters of the hair. Like that line on the ear to ear, we cover that part first because the front of the hair is the most important part. So you want to just make sure that everything is being covered. And after covering the parameters from right to left, and then you can now start working your way down the hair. That's basically what I did because I didn't have enough hair to put on my hair entirely. After covering all of the parameters, the most important part to now focus on is that part where there's thick hair there, like the ponytail section. So I went inside and made sure that I covered it entirely, inserting so much hair and looking again to see if I can see any, if I can still see my hair through. If there's any part where you feel like your hair is being seen, you go in and cover it. After being satisfied with the crown area, I went in and put in some hair at the back, a couple of strands at the back, just to cover some more area. So I checked it from the front and everything was covered and I was satisfied with the look. It doesn't really matter what the back looks like. Nobody's going to know. So this is what the back looks like because I didn't put in that much hair to go down there. I didn't even want to. So I left these few strands just in case I find a space where I need to fill the next day. So just to add a bit of a personality to it, I laid the edges and then went in with some gold hair accessories and just added that to the hair, and it just brought everything together. I hope you found this video helpful and I hope you enjoyed it as well. Let me know in the comment section if you'll be trying this. And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button to let me know you need more videos like this. Until next time, see you. Bye.